Hey everyone, today we're moving on to part 2 of lesson 8, roots. Our objective is still finding square roots and cube roots. And yesterday we focused on the square roots, today we'll focus on the cube roots. A cube root of a number is one of its 3 equal factors. So when we were talking square roots, we had 2 equal factors, now we have 3 equal factors. In symbols, if x to the third equals y, then x is the cube root of y. Numbers such as 8, 27, and 64 are perfect cubes because they are the cubes of integers. 8 breaks down to 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 to the third power. 27 breaks down to 3 times 3 times 3, or 3 to the third power. And 64 breaks down to 4 times 4 times 4, or 4 to the third power. The symbol shown by the radical sign with a 3 above it is used to indicate a cube root of a number. If n to the third power equals a, then n equals the cube root of a. You can use this relationship to solve equations that involve cubes. So for our first 2 examples, we're being asked to find each cube root. First, we've got the cube root of 125. And I know from experience that the cube root of 125 is 5 because 5 to the third, or 5 times 5 times 5, is 125. Here I'm being asked to find the cube root of negative 27. So just like we had the positive and negative square roots, we have the positive and negative cubes. Here we're just being asked to find the negative cube root of 27. The negative cube root of 27 is negative 3, because negative 3 to the third power, negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, equals negative 27. So I'd like you to try these problems on your own. And for the values that are larger, like the cube root of 729 and the cube root of 1000, it's totally fine to use your calculator. And I'll just walk you through the sequence here with the first one. You can try I and j on your own. So h is asking for the cube root of 729. So the way we punch that into the calculator, make sure to turn your screen sideways so you get the scientific calculator. So we punch in 729, and then use the cube root key, and our final answer will show up in the window up top. So the cube root of 729 is 9. So go ahead and try I and j on your own and come back and check your answers. Okay, so I is asking for the cube root of negative 64. So we're only looking for the negative version of the cube root of 64. And I know that the cube root of 64 is 4, so the negative cube root of 64 is negative 4. And then for j, I'm looking for the cube root of 1000, and the cube root of 1000 is 10. As you get experienced, you'll start to remember and memorize some of these smaller values, and some of the base 10 numbers too, like 1000, cube root of 1000 being 10. That will just come with more experience. So let's take a look at an example where we're applying cube roots to a word problem. Dylan has a planter in the shape of a cube that holds 8 cubic feet of potting soil. Solve the equation 8 equals s cubed to find the side length s of the container. So first we write the equation 8 equals s cubed. Then we take the cube root of each side, so the cube root of 8 equals s. 2 equals s because the cube root of 8 is 2. So each side of the container is 2 feet. And we can check our answer by saying 2 cubed equals 8. So I'd like you to try this one on your own. Stop the video, give it a shot, then come back and check your answer. So the problem reads, an aquarium in the shape of a cube that will hold 25 gallons of water has a volume of 3.375 cubic feet. Solve s cubed equals 3.375 to find the length of one side of the aquarium. So what we do is set up our equation. S cubed equals 3.375. And this is a time where you'll definitely want to tap into your calculator, because this will be a value that's a little challenging to find the cube root of. So I entered the values in the calculator, and I entered 3.375, and then hit the cube root key, and my final answer is 1.5. So the side length, S, equals 1.5 feet. So the assignment for today is page 75, number 10 through 14. Please make sure to follow the directions on the checklist and make sure to turn the assignment in to the correct place in Canvas.